So when one of the biggest tech mergers gets a green light from regulators, you'd probably think that's the end of the story, right? Well, what happens when a whole industry group turns around and says, hold on, the regulators got it totally wrong? Okay, let's dive into this huge legal challenge against the European Commission. First things first, a really important note. This explainer is our attempt to break down the key issues in the public complaint that CISPE filed against the European Commission. We're talking about case T503/25. The court filing itself is our only source for what we're about to cover. All right, so the scene is set in the European Union. The European Commission, which is a major regulatory body over there, gave us approval for two tech giants, Broadcom and VMware, to merge. But that decision is now being challenged in court, and we're going to break down exactly why. Here's our game plan for walking through this complaint. We'll kick things off with the key players. Then we're going to dig into the three main legal arguments, or pleas as they're called, the risk of a dominant position, the danger of product bundling, and what this all means for innovation. And finally, we'll look at what CISP is actually asking the court to do. So, let's start with the absolute basics. Who is actually involved in this case? And what is the fundamental disagreement here? In one corner, we've got the applicant, CISPE. That stands for Cloud Infrastructure Services Providers in Europe. They're basically a trade group that represents cloud companies. And in the other corner is the defendant, the European Commission itself. So yeah, you've got an entire industry body taking on the regulator. And this gets us right to the heart of the conflict. The Commission gave its blessing for Broadcom and VMware to merge. But CISP believes this was a huge mistake with really serious consequences for the market. So they've gone to court with a simple but very powerful request. Throw that decision out. Okay, now for the first of their legal arguments. This one is all about the idea that the merger creates an overwhelmingly dominant position in the market and that the Commission just didn't properly assess that risk. Now here's what's so fascinating. These points you're seeing? This isn't just CISPE's opinion. According to their complaint, the European Commission itself acknowledged all of this stuff during its own investigation. It knew about VMware's massive market power, how crucial it is for customers, the fact that there are no good alternatives, and even Broadcom's history of aggressive business tactics. So this is the absolute crucial point of their first plea. CISP is basically arguing that even though the Commission knew about all those risks, it just failed to connect the dots. It didn't analyze what lawyers call the horizontal effects. You know, the impact of mushing two huge companies in the same market space together. It's like they saw all the smoke but never bothered to investigate the fire. All right, let's move on to the second argument, which really builds on the first. This one is all about the risk of bundling. That's when a company with a powerful product forces you to buy another one of their products just to get the one you want. And why is that a problem? Well, it can be used to leverage power in one market to completely kill off competition in another, leaving customers like you and me with fewer choices and way higher prices. And this just lays out the disagreement perfectly. The Commission said, nah, bundling isn't a major risk. CISP's comeback is sharp. They say the Commission didn't show any real proof for its claims. And even more importantly, it only looked at how the companies acted before the merger. CISP argues the real question is how their behavior is going to change after they join forces. And here's the real kicker. CISP claims the Commission just flat out ignored Broadcom's history of doing this exact thing after buying companies like CA Technologies and Symantec. It's like a blueprint for what they're afraid is going to happen all over again. The third and final plea kind of shifts the focus. It moves from the market of today to the market of tomorrow. This whole argument is about the potential long-term damage to innovation. It's a pretty powerful question, isn't it? I mean, beyond just prices and market share right now, how does a merger of this size really affect the new technologies that are coming down the pipeline? And that right there is the heart of their third argument. CISPE is accusing the Commission of what's legally called a manifest error, which basically just means a clear and obvious mistake. They say the Commission completely failed to dig into how this deal could stifle innovation, not just in one market, but across every single market this deal touches. So, after laying out these three big arguments, what does CISP actually want the court to do about all this? Let's look at the specific legal outcome they're really pushing for. It's a really clear three-step request. First, they want the court to just officially say, yep, your case is valid. Second, and this is the big one, they want the court to completely cancel the Commission's decision to approve the merger. And third, they want the Commission to have to pay for all the legal costs of bringing this challenge.
And this whole case really leaves us with a critical question that goes way beyond just this one deal. When regulators are staring down these absolutely massive tech mergers, where do you draw the line between assessing what the market looks like today versus trying to predict future behavior, future bundling, and future hits to innovation? It's really the central tension in all of tech regulation right now.